Okay.
I dropped out.
Okay.
And from there I joined, I started working, at the age of 20, that's when I left college. And the reason of leaving college is because I went absolutely to the wrongest course that my parents put me in.
Migration can be very hard, you know. So where did you find strength in difficult times? Like, okay, you just came into this country and you're new, the cultural shock and everything. So why do you find strength when you feel like you're down?
I would say like migration was very difficult to me because I came here pregnant.
Yeah.
And when you're pregnant and it's your first child, you need so much support, especially from immediate family, like people that you can talk to and, just have or friends. And then I came here pregnant and with no friend here and...
Family?
Yeah, I only had Eugene, his mom and dad, and maybe Eugene's friends and whatever. And language barrier. So it's you and your parents-in-law, you have to speak in Hans house.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I think it was the hardest thing to come to a place where it's a non-English speaking country, pregnant, and because you know what, there's clinics, you have to go to clinics. So I feel like also Eugene found it hard because he has to do so much, because there's documents, there's registrations you need to do here, and there's clinics you have to go here, and they're all in Russian. And I'm here, I'm just looking at the doctor like, Eugene, tell me what's going on here, So he had to interpret everything, and then he has to go to work and he leave me with his parents, and it was so hard. Like, I think I had to what helped me most, I learned some hobbies. I started making clothes, making hats and stuff, and even started selling online. I just involved myself in learning. That's why I love YouTube. I think YouTube is an excellent platform, and I learned some skills, to do this, to do that, to make. That's actually what motivated me also to start YouTube videos. I needed to, I need to do something to make my head get out of this. You might feel you have people, but you feel lonely. Because sometimes I would just close myself in the room because I don't know what to talk to mother-in-law or to talk to father-in-law, because how are we going to talk? Then I think I also was avoiding them because I don't want, interacting with the awkwardness. There's a lot of awkwardness in there. And, if I would advise somebody, because most of the time is like, let's say like financial, because when you came back we didn't have anything, Eugene had to find a job afresh, we needed that support, which I thank Eugene's parents that it was okay for us to stay in their house. But all that it brought bad thing that happens to every family. It's not only in Russia or in Africa. Please, if you're a young man, you get your girlfriend, don't bring them to your family. It will ruin your marriage. It will ruin family relationship. When you get married, the best
Just to move out.
Yeah, the best is
Get your own place.
Get your family your own place, and not even that. And it's not. I'm not talking about Russia or every place.
Every place.
Take your family away from your family. Let me tell you one thing. Why? Because like me, I was raised with different values.
Of course.
When I come to Moscow and these Russian parents, they have their values that they want to install in me, and I'm grown up now. I don't want to be pushed doing things I'm not going to,
How long have you been in Russia?
12 years.
And what has been your biggest challenge?
How can I
You
say?
talked about family, okay.
Yeah.
What has been your aside that?
family and also language barrier. Language barrier, I think, is the biggest one because I think I would relate to people better if the language I could understand. You know, if we could understand each other, it would be better communication to family, you know, and everything. I think language pretty much is the biggest.
And how do you think migration has actually changed you over time?
Open my eyes, you know, coming from up country, people are not not awake in Africa, especially. You actually think people are better than you outside of Kenya, but I've come to realize humans are humans, and actually, I feel like Russians are very common to Kenyan or Africans. Like their culture is so common to Kenyan, you know. Like let's say, like for our time, the whooping. Same here in Russia, parents used to whoop their kids. You know? Like in Africa, the way we were in Africa we were beaten.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not even spanked. We were beaten up. School, you're beaten.
At home, you're beaten.
Coming home, you're beaten.
Yeah.
The hell. So
Russians do that too.
Oh God, the same here. You know, like I think they're stopping. You know, as time goes.
Okay.
But the belt here. Russian age, our age, this is millennials, no belt. Yeah,
So can you think of times you felt unwelcomed as an immigrant in this country? That's never been anything like that.
I've never felt mistreated. I've never felt racism as it's talked outside there. I've never felt just as an African unwanted.
Do you speak Russian?
Yeah.
How well do you speak?
Let's
And
say
how did you
intermediate. I don't say a pro.
How did you learn? You went to school to learn?
No, I learned from YouTube,
Okay.
from apps, from my children, you know, from watching TV series. That was especially biggest because you know what, TV series gives you the family thing, you know, so it gives you vocabulary for speaking and whatever.
Okay. Are you married to your partner?
No, we're
Not
just
yet.
partners.
Okay. And what was was there any reservations from your family member or from his family members when you guys wanted to come together, like an opposition, like no?
No. For my side, absolutely, there was no problem. All we had to do, we just went visited them, and you know, I told them we were going to Russia, and they were like, you know, just take care, and you know, Eugene was trustworthy person. Like when he met my parents, you know, my parents did not have doubts of, you know, this guy is. You know, sometimes you can have even a feeling when somebody comes to or dating your daughter, and you're like, you know, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, sure.
No, my parents said, well, okay. To the Moscow side, Eugene's parents were okay. Eugene's parents were used to black people because Eugene, since young, he hang out with black people. Eugene never dated a white Russian, only dated Africans. So they were okay with that. They knew to come to that eventually. Yeah. So it wasn't.
Most people believe. Let's talk about your kids now. Most people believe it's very expensive raising kids here in Russia. What is your take on that?
No. Okay. From Russian point of view, I don't think it's expensive. Russia does a good job of helping parents with raising the children, especially when you have more than 3 children. There's so many benefits that comes with having more children. We didn't even know about that. As we were, I think we were in a clinic. Went to clinic, and you know, just this one doctor asked, are you guys getting these benefits? Because they were like, oh guys, are you getting free milk? Are you getting free food for kids? Actually, there's a Russian kitchen for kids. Like when you give birth, every month you go to get
Take food.
Milk. You could get milk, kids food and juices, and you know, kasha, you know, like porridge.
Okay.
So we didn't know about this. This doctor just, okay, fine, I'm gonna sign you up, guys. And then from there, they told Eugene, just research more. There's more benefits that you have 3 kids, you shouldn't be struggling or you shouldn't be having problems. It's not like we were struggling. It's just this doctor just suggested, like, you know what, you are missing in so many opportunities when you have it. We didn't know. And then we came to find out, you know what, there's some, you know, There's some things that you do, you need to apply to get some finance help from government. You know, Russian government is trying to promote more births, to raise up their population and whatever. So we didn't know this, and it's much benefit. It helps you. It helps the family definitely. Yeah, with raising kids, so it's not expensive. I can't compare this to Kenyan. Kenyan, oh my God, you have to pay for everything. Medicine here is free.
Schooling?
Schooling, absolutely free.
And how is the schooling?
Giving birth, absolutely free. I mean, what else do you want to... It's not expensive. I won't say it's expensive.
Now, are you enjoying all this because you are married to a Russian?
Not really. Actually, if you have Russian kids, it does not matter if they are black or they are...
Once you give birth in Russia,
Yeah. There are benefits aligned for that for Russian kids.
so if you have Russian kids, is it possible for them to become... You have Russian kids with a black man, and you're a black woman too. Is it possible for them to get...
They are citizens of Russia, so they get the benefits other kids get as Russians.
So are you saying once you're born in Russia,
You're
a
Russian,
citizen?
yeah,
You're a citizen.
of course.
Whether your parents are Russian.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
not.
yeah.
Okay, someone told me that if you give birth to if you marry a black man, you're not a citizen. He's not a citizen. You guys will need a Russian to adopt the child for the child to become a citizen. Is that true?
No, I have a friend who is Kenyan and has a wife here, and they have a child, and the child is Russian.
Both are blacks.
Yeah, there's another.
And none of them are citizens.
No, they're not citizens. But you're born in this soil, so
soil.
you automatically are Russian.
Russian. Okay.
And even in hospital, they told me they didn't pay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's not the first time, I've had it with other people too. Even if you pay just, small, but it's not like, let's say like, let me give you a bill of giving birth in a decent hospital in Kenya is like 100K. Like 100K you put down to bring that child out. I'm talking about the level of the hospitals that are here, the standards and whatever.
Yeah, sure.
If you have to go to that, yes, you're going to pay almost more than 100K.
Okay.
Even. If you're going to, any place, you will get bad service and also bad experience, and you can pay cheap, but what is
would you say things are expensive here? Of course, we know apartment accommodation is expensive, but when it comes to food, groceries, would you say they are expensive here?
They have gotten expensive with time. Before, of course, it wasn't that. Now I think it's really it's different from those days. When we just came. And I don't know. If I were to compare, I think food prices is just the same much in every country. I cannot say Russian food is more expensive than Kenyan food, although in Kenya, like in markets, you get stuff cheaper, but here also in markets you get stuff cheaper.
Yeah.
I think it's the economy of every country that depends. I think with this, I don't see really bad change.
How often do you go to Kenya? Have you been to Kenya?
No, I went to Kenya only once since I came here. I think it was 2012.
How long did you spend there?
I think a month.
Would you want to live in Kenya again? Like for a long time?
Yeah, but I would love to retire in Kenya.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why? Like you prefer Kenya to Russia?
How can I say? I feel like my kids would be happier in Kenya. I would like my kids to experience
Africa.
up country.
Okay.
I don't know. City life can be something that you don't want to do long time.
Yeah.
So I want my kids to know where food comes from, where meat comes from, and raise pigs and raise cows and go milking and that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Eat something fresh from the tree. Go out and pick a mango from a tree, avocado and whatever, all this stuff. And that's my biggest goal. You know?
Still on your kids, with your children in schooling in Russia, what do you think of the education system in Russia? Is it better than what you experience in Africa or in Kenya?
In Kenya, just changed their system to this grade. You know, they don't go out to class 1; they go to grade 1. So like GCI, what is it called? I think it's the same one they use in Russia. European kind of education system. I have no problem with this system, although my kids complain about, you know, homeworks. I think it's Russian kids, and I've seen it like online, like parents just go nuts. It's too much homework for kids. It's like teachers give for so much work for parents. You know, it's like your child went to school to study, but you were coming here to freaking teach your child again or what, you know, that kind of thing. Generally, it's a good system. You know, schools have pretty much everything. You know, good amenities. Like I don't have to prepare meals for kids to go to school with, like Americans do. Like you have to prepare lunch.
They feed them in school.
Breakfast, lunch, and even.
Yeah. I know of private schools, but I've not experienced public schools, so I don't.
Public is the same.
Wow.
They eat, and as I told you, benefits of having more kids. My kids eat for free. Some others have to buy food. One thing I don't like about Russian schools is because of teachers. There's no male teachers in Russian schools.
Mostly female.
Mostly female, and not females, like grandmas.
Oh.
And I hate that because, you know what, when you're raising, like, let's say Generation Z, and you're combining that person with a person from a grandma.
Yeah, I think the issue.
There's a very big coalition, and there's a lot of verbal abuse because these people quarrel so much. Like my kids complain about teachers quarreling.
I think the decision that you'll say that about public schools. In private schools, you see young people.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's what I would say a disadvantage because you know what. Some generation you can't mix. I wish my kids were taught by people the age of my
young age, yes.
Because they understand, you know what, and as humans we are evolving, and we have different knowledge. Like let's say like this grandma is trying to teach your child, and your child talks about something, let's say like Roblox or you know whatever, and like games and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
These teachers don't understand, and they might get out of hand trying to punish your child because they are doing this. They don't understand what is going on. And that there's a lot of you know.
I understand.
Quarreling.
Wow.
I've seen it online. Like.
Okay, now let's come back to YouTube. What inspired you to starting a YouTube channel?
Most of it was to make sure my family, my immediate family, sees what's going on. Like knows my life, kind of. Because I stay. It's a very long time since I saw them, and I was like, you know what. I can create a place, you know, where I just vlog my life, you know, and my experience here in Moscow, and you know, through that they just check and you know, I'm okay, and it gives them peace of mind. The other thing is just like you know, out of boredom, like it's something to do that is fun, you know, and I would like my YouTube channel to make money later, because you know what, it's not easy to film these videos. It takes a lot of time and a lot of learning, you know, and stuff. But you know what, so far I don't know, I'm just enjoying the journey. I know it's slow, but somehow it's going somewhere.
Wow. So you've actually been enjoying it?
For me, I enjoyed this. My YouTube subscribers, when somebody comments, I don't care if it's one comment. I want to answer back because you know what, it's another connection I have. When you're in Russia, and especially you're a stay-at-home mom, you're not in school, you don't have many friends, you know, that you meet every day. So this gives me also another connection.
So it's like a social life.
It's a social life, but you know what, online, but you know what, it gives me a fulfillment. I want to answer your problem, you know, ask my questions.
So what's the name of your YouTube channel so that people could check you out? Okay,
my channel name is AG Family in Russia. Okay. AG Family in Russia. On Instagram is AG Family _ in Russia.
Okay.
Yeah, so find me there, and especially if you want to hear much about how we came here, we made very good videos with my partner. Okay. Yeah, and you can get like deeper knowing of how we came here. And
so who are your viewers, who are your subscribers, and what should people look up? Okay, you said that actually, but who are your viewers, who are your subscribers? Are they majorly from Africa or from from Europe or from other part of the world?
I think it's a mixture. I think the age is mostly from 18 to 50. That's what I usually get from the cities. And also I have Russian, especially blacks living. I have many blacks living here that follow me. Also Russian people, and I think Africans. That's what I see mostly, Africans and Indian.
Okay.
So I think that's what I see most when I check statistics.
So as a growing YouTuber, is there any YouTuber you look up to, like, oh, I want to be like this person, I want to get to this person's level? Someone that inspires you, a YouTuber that inspires you?
I have one American woman. She's badass. I don't know if you know her. Is Candace Owen. I don't know. Do you know her?
No.
She's badass. She talks about. She's more into trying to improve black mentality.
Okay.
The victimization, how blacks victimize themselves and whatever. Oh my God, check her up. You know. And you know, now, especially now, she's in that topic of Black Lives Matter. So it was a lie all this time. So she investigated and does that. So please, that is a really inspiring woman to look up to.
Wow. So what are your future, like, what are your hopes for the future? What do you want to accomplish, family-wise, career-wise?
I don't push my children to do better in education only. I don't push them. I want them to not to feel pushed like I was. Oh my God, I was pushed like you can do education, and I wanted to do music. I wanted to do other things outside. I wanted to do extracurricular. I wanted to dance. I wanted to, and it was suppressed, and I lost interest because I didn't have support. You know, and I want my kids to have, you know, to do what they actually want to do. I don't care. Even if you want to do gaming, we will support you. Game, but make money.
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
Yeah. Also, the other thing, it's different here, but Russians have a way of letting their kids stay with them. Like, it's very common here. I don't know if it's here in Europe or whatever.
Yeah.
In Africa, people are like, you're 18, get out, move.
Yeah.
So it's the same. I want them for the 18, get a backpack, go travel the world, or you know what, go learn something. I mean, do something else, you know. Don't stay in my house. You're 18. Hurrah.
Move.
Move. That's the best for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that, and I want to retire in Africa. I want to farm. I want to do, I don't know, eat organic food. I hated my childhood because I had to farm a lot. But I can't believe I'm actually missing
it.
that childhood of just having fresh meat from no GMO, no.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my God. I don't know. Yeah, that's my.
Good.
I would like to buy a land somewhere, build a house, and you know what? With YouTube, I can even, start inviting people to have an experience of African farming and, that kind of stuff.
So what advice would you give, on a final note, what advice would you give people coming to Russia? Is it still safe coming to Russia, or do you think they should Russia is a no-go area for now? What would you say, especially with things that are going on now?
I think with whatever is going on, I think it's a better thing to wait a little for things to settle, for the dust to settle. Situation don't stay for long. This situation is going to go out.
Sure.
And you know what? We're hoping for the best. But if you have a chance and you can come. Like, this place is a wonderful place. Moscow, especially Moscow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
This place is amazing.
Amazing. Good.
And people, I don't know if people see this, but this place is, and it's good to just get out of your country at least for a few years, It opens up your eyes. Especially Africans, all the time African things, you know what, we are the dumb people, we don't know anything, When you come here, you realize actually we are all humans. These people are like us, they just have a different mentality. They have a winning mentality, as we have a suppressing mentality. We just want to talk bad about ourselves. That comes from I don't know where. But, when you get out, you start opening shit. Like, you know what? I can have these big things that I see other races or other people having. It gets you out of that poverty mentality that Africans
So
have.
guys, she has said it. You could just chill for now and wait for the dust to settle, or you could come if you have the chance to come. Russia has the opportunity for both blacks and white, and it's a place you can come and make it we have MDs or companies that are blacks in this country. So it's left to you if you want to come now or you want to stay a little while. Guys, please, I hope you guys enjoy this interview, and I really appreciate you for coming. Please,
Thank you so
guys, go to our YouTube channel, AG Family in Russia, and don't just watch our video, subscribe, like, share our video. She has a lot of nice story time, nice videos you could watch. So please subscribe, and please subscribe on this channel to like, comment, and we'll see you soon.